Because everything is an expression of sound, literally, everything that's in the physical form is vibration, then we can use sound to help us remember that beyond even the thought of, or the concept. We can conceptualize it, but there's something missing if we don't really feel it and experience it.
It's interesting, the tension that in me, the fighter pilot side is, I'm not sure what I'm to expect today, but then my, the actor side is always seeking experience, is eager to see what's going on today, so I'm very keen to see what this is all about.
I am here today because I already have a set of beliefs whereby I think you can be healed energetically or by sound for that matter.
That pragmatic side of myself, the fighter pilot side of myself would say this is perhaps suspect. Yes.
Not rational enough.
No.
I'm very excited to just feel the kinetic aspect of the vibrations.
Well, I don't think I have any experience in this field, but I do strongly believe in the therapeutic power of music.
I had no idea what to expect, so I'm anxious excited.
My name's Gordon. I'm a retired tugboat worker, and this is the 8th time that I've heard Matthew. I consistently get into a very deep state of relaxation. It doesn't take very long, and I find I can just clear my mind.
It would be similar to the end result of a hypnotherapy session, for example, or a long period of doing yoga where the mind is getting very calmed.
It's always a wonderful experience to take you out of your mind where you're thinking, and thought often takes place in places that don't exist, in the past and in the future. And what these sessions do essentially is let us let go of that, let go of the thinking, let go of the worrying, and I have to do something in order to make something unfold.
Quartz crystal is very similar in its molecular structure to silica, which is a prime component of our bones. So there's a natural resonance deep inside our bodies. We feel these. Often people tell me that when I'm playing two bowls at once, they tell me that they feel the sound moving around their head or through their head. The conch shell is used by many ancient cultures to herald sacred ceremony. They also use it on battlefields, and it's probably the original foghorn. I use the conch shell to begin my sound healing journeys. It feels like it clears the space, it's like cuts through everything and kind of lays down the law. This is called a tingsha. Each of these little symbols are deliberately tuned just slightly differently from each other. There's a slight difference in frequency. So that creates a little shimmer, a wave pattern. When we hear this, our brain decides to try to slow down its brainwave state to match that. And so it's an ancient brainwave entrainment device.
This is called an ocean drum. It's a drum that has tiny beads or seeds in it, little balls that simulates sounds of the ocean.
The throat singing is a way of producing multiple tones with a voice at one time, from deep subharmonics to very high overtones. And so these sounds are layered on top of each other, and they're in a specific proportion to each other. The way that works is if you pluck a string, you'll hear the fundamental note that the string is tuned to. That waveform doubles again and again into infinity. Doublings of the frequency are the harmonics or overtones. There's a natural harmonization that occurs within the body, mind, and emotions when hearing these sounds. More important than that is the intention that's going into it. My prayer was that it will deliver that experience in some way, that people can get that I'm part of all of this. All of this is part of me, and I belong here. We all belong here. So to begin, let's take a moment and bring awareness to your breath. Observe the feeling of the air moving in and out of your body.
I'd suffered chronic back pain just because of the manual labor I did, and I definitely had physical response to it too. But the strongest response was from the deep throat singing initially, and the waves of energy moving up and down my back in a really pronounced way. It wasn't a long-term relief, but it certainly lessened that tension in that muscle that was in spasm.
I've done a lot of work with breath and relaxing the body, but I'm amazed at how the sound just kind of moves through the body.
My mind just kind of floats, and I feel more as though I'm in tune with myself.
Music, I never thought of it as like a healing thing before. The musical instrument that I felt the most connected to, I guess, would be the waves. It brought me to a specific time.
I actually could feel myself as I sit on my surfboard, sort of bobbing in the waves and allowing that sound to consume me.
What occurred to me was, we don't need to make the sound. We can just go out and listen, right? Because that sounded very much like it could have been a stream, or it could have been wind through the trees. What they say about music is that if you're listening to it, it uses parts of your brain that you don't normally use. And I noticed a big difference as soon as I sat up and sort of got intentional and started really focusing on my breathing. Then all of a sudden the sound was more powerful. And that just happened to be during a time when Buddy was doing the bowls, plus he was singing at the same time. And yeah, it was pretty intense. That was very intense sound.
And I was really able just to feel my chest rising, my stomach and my legs, I felt my heartbeat in my feet at one point. And so that, to me, that real body awareness, we just don't get a chance to do. I don't get a chance to do that very often. And again, this is all new experience for me. I don't do yoga. I'm not used to people being around me and this sort of endeavor.
Everyone has a different experience of this vibration, this music and sound.
The time when I felt most connected to people was at the end with the talking stick.
So you never know what will happen when you pick up the magic talking stick. But I'd just like to make it available for anyone tonight.
I felt these tendrils of sort of energy, I guess, surging out towards the people I've been trying to connect, some in the States, some out east, and some locally here. And I had a sensation, not a word, but I guess if I had to put a few words to it, it was, I am here. And I thought that was just kind of a neat sensation.
I'm glad to be silent.
I had these weird feelings of discomfort, like in various parts of my body, and I just had this ease of thinking, okay, this will pass, this will go away. It's just a weird feeling of calm for me right now. I definitely like to do it again.
So everyone that's here present when I'm singing is going to help inspire a song to come through. And I just open and trust that what emerges is perfectly appropriate for the moment. From the heart.
The fact that people showed up to take part in it, were willing to be on camera in a vulnerable state, really. They're lying down and receiving this music and going into, some of them going into deep meditation or altered state. That was really moving for me to witness that. So I'm very grateful.
Allowing the connection to the sacred divine, and we open up to the breath and the moment, and allow the flow of love and presence to arise, the stillness inside.